Welcome back to the channel, tennis fans, and all our dedicated viewers tuning in from across the globe, especially those bringing that undeniable Filipino pride today. We have a massive, absolute blockbuster story to unpack, one that's been completely setting the internet on fire, dominating social media timelines, and sending an absolute shockwave of excitement to the international tennis community. You have seen the title, you have seen the thumbnails, and you know exactly why we are here today. We are talking about the viral sensation of the hour, the arrival and electrifying very first practice video of the Philippine tennis prodigy, the 21-year-old phenom herself, Alexandra Eala, as she officially touches down in Birmingham, England, for the 2026 grass court season. And yes, we are absolutely going to talk about the moment that has everyone smiling from ear to ear, the instantly iconic footage where someone on the pristine British grounds was actually handed a pack of DingDong, the legendary Filipino snack mix. Now, before we get into the microscopic, frame-by-frame analysis of her practice strokes, the biomechanics of her movement on the grass, and the strategic road that lies ahead of her on the path to Wimbledon, we have to talk about the sheer magnitude of this arrival. This is not just a player showing up for a WTA 125 event. This is a statement. This is a highly anticipated return to the surface, where Alex Eala truly announced herself as a formidable, elite-level threat on the professional tour just 1 year ago. The energy surrounding her arrival in Birmingham is palpable. You can feel it through the screen. When she walked on the grounds of the historic Edgbaston Priory Club, the atmosphere immediately shifted. The viral video captures this perfectly. We see Alex stepping out, looking incredibly focused, physically lean, and mentally dialed in. The transition from the grueling, grinding, red dirt European clay court swing to the lush, fast, pristine green grass of England is arguably the most jarring and challenging shift in professional tennis. Yet, watching Alex arrive, there is no hesitation in her stride. She carries the aura of a veteran, a player who knows exactly what she is capable of on the surface. And then, of course, there is a cultural crossover moment that absolutely broke the internet and sent Filipino netizens into an absolute frenzy. Amidst the highly structured, intensely serious environment of a professional tennis tournament, we see a moment of pure, unadulterated cultural pride and warmth. The handing out of a pack of DingDong. For our international viewers who might not be familiar, DingDong is not just a snack. It is a cultural institution in the Philippines. It is a mixed nut and cracker snack that every Filipino grew up with, a staple of family gatherings, school recess, and late-night study sessions. To see this iconic green or red packaging making its way onto the manicured lawns of a British tennis club is a masterpiece of cultural representation. It is a testament to how Alex Eala, despite her soaring global ranking, currently sitting comfortably within the top 40 in the world, remains deeply, authentically tethered to her roots. She is carrying the hopes, the dreams, and literally the snacks of her homeland wherever she goes. It humanizes her, it endears her to the global audience, and it creates this magnetic pull that makes you want to root for her even more. The recipient of the DingDong, whether it was a tournament official, a fellow player, a coach, or a lucky fan, probably had no idea they were receiving a piece of Philippine history, but the internet caught it, and it has become the defining, heartwarming image of the week. But let us pivot back to the immense sporting significance of this arrival, because the implications of this video extend far beyond a viral snack moment. The Lexus Birmingham Open, scheduled from June 1st to 7th, marks the critical opening chapter of Alex Eala's 2026 grass court campaign. We are looking at a player who is stepping onto the grass not just as a hopeful contender, but as the marquee headline act. She is entering this tournament as one of the highest-ranked players in the draw, carrying the weight of the top seed or the second seed, depending on the final draw fluctuations. This is a monumental shift in her career trajectory. She is no longer the underdog. She is no longer the up-and-coming junior trying to make a splash. She is the target. She is the benchmark. She is the player that everyone else in the locker room is looking at and saying, that is the girl to beat. This viral video of her first practice session gives us crucial visual evidence of how she is processing this new reality. From the very first ball she strikes in the footage, the intent is aggressive. The grass court demands a completely different stylistic approach compared to clay. On clay, you have time. The ball grips the surface, bounces high, and allows for long, tactical baseline rallies. You can slide into your shots, construct points with heavy topspin, and play a game of attrition. Grass is the exact opposite. It is unforgiving. It is slick. The ball skids low and fast off the turf, rewarding first-strike tennis, flat and penetrating ground strokes, and quick reflexes. The footage of Alex's practice shows her making this adjustment with terrifying precision. Her footwork, which has always been a cornerstone of her game, looks sharper, lighter, and more explosive. She is staying incredibly low to the ground, anticipating that low bounce, and driving to the ball rather than brushing up the back of it. Her signature left-handed forehand, a weapon that can dictate play against anyone in the world, is being hit with a flatter trajectory, designed to rush her opponents and take away their reaction time. The significance of this cannot be overstated. We all remember how her clay court season ended just a short time ago, the early exit of the French Open, suffering a tough, straight-sets defeat at the hands of her friend and formidable opponent, Iva Jovic. That first-round loss in Paris, with a scoreline of 4-6, 2-6, was a bitter pill to swallow. Clay has historically been a challenging surface for her to dominate consistently at the highest professional echelons. It is physically taxing and often neutralizes some of the natural firepower she possesses. Following that singles defeat, the mysterious withdrawal from the doubles draw alongside Victoria Mboko only added to the questions surrounding her physical and mental state heading into the summer. Was she fatigued? Was she injured? Was the pressure of the European swing taking its toll? This arrival video in Birmingham emphatically answers all those questions with a resounding, thunderous no. She is not fatigued. She is revitalized. She is not injured. She looks stronger than ever. The clay court chapter is closed, sealed, and filed away as a learning experience. The grass court season represents a blank slate, a fresh canvas for her to paint her masterpiece, and the surface absolutely tailor-made to amplify her greatest strengths. We have to rewind to last year, the 2025 season, to fully understand why expectations are sky-high right now. Last year, Alex proved that her game translates beautifully to the lawns of England. She had an unforgettable run at the Eastbourne Open, reaching the final and putting the entire WTA Tour on notice. She showed a natural affinity for the surface, utilizing her explosive serve, her aggressive return positioning, and her ability to hit winners on the run. Now, 12 months later, she is returning to United Kingdom older, wiser, physically stronger, and tactically more astute. Let's transition into a deep dive analysis of exactly what lies ahead for Alexandra Eala in this tournament, because the path to the championship is laden with intriguing storylines, familiar foes, and dangerous floaters. The Birmingham Open, while classified as a WTA 125 event, boasts a remarkably deep and competitive field this year. It is a crucial stepping stone, a vital week for players to accumulate ranking points, secure prize money, and most importantly, find their rhythm on the grass before heading to the larger events like Nottingham, Eastbourne, and ultimately, the granddaddy of them all, Wimbledon. Alex Eala's campaign begins with a highly compelling first-round matchup against a seasoned Australian competitor. Priscilla Honorable, this is not a warm-up match. This is a trial by fire right out of the gate. Han, currently ranked just outside the top 140, is a player who possesses vast experience and a game style that can be incredibly disruptive on faster surfaces. The head-to-head record between Eala and Han is currently deadlocked at 1 win apiece, making this a genuine grudge match and a perfect barometer for Alex's current form. If we look back at their previous encounters, the contrasting dynamics are fascinating. In 2023, Alex dominated Han on the hard courts of Roehampton, securing a decisive 6-2, 6-4 victory, showcasing her superior baseline power and court coverage. However, the Australian exacted her revenge more recently in 2024 in Ningbo, China, defeating Eala 6-4, 6-3. Han understands how to play Alex. She knows she has to disrupt the Filipina's rhythm, mix up the pace, and prevent Eala from dominating the center of the court. For Alex to overcome Priscilla Han in this crucial opening round, she must execute a flawless tactical game plan specifically tailored for the grass. First and foremost, her serve must be a reliable weapon. On grass, holding serve is paramount. A single break can easily decide a set. Alex's first serve percentage needs to be exceptionally high. and she must utilize her left-handed slice serve out wide on the ad court to drag Han off the court and open up the space for a first strike winner down the line. We saw glimpses of the specific serve plus one pattern in the viral practice video, and it is clear her coaching team has identified this as a primary offensive strategy. Secondly, her return of serve must be aggressive. Grass rewards players who step inside the baseline and take the ball early, rushing the server and stealing defensive initiative immediately. Alex has the hand-eye coordination to do this effectively, but she must commit to it mentally. She cannot afford to stand far behind the baseline and allow Han to dictate the points. Beyond Priscilla Han, the draw in Birmingham is a minefield of talent, particularly highlighting the rising dominance of Southeast Asian tennis. It is a phenomenal narrative that Eala is not alone in flying a flag for the region. Right alongside her, seated highly in this very tournament, is Indonesia sensation Janice Jen. Jen has experienced a meteoric rise over the past year, rocketing from outside the top 400 to firmly establishing herself within the top 40. The prospect of an Eala versus Jen matchup deep in the tournament is a mouth-watering scenario for tennis purists and a massive testament to the development of tennis in Southeast Asia. Furthermore, the field includes established veterans who know their way around a grass court. We cannot ignore the presence of Tatjana Maria, the incredibly crafty German who famously won the HSBC championships at the Queen's Club in London just last summer. Maria's game, built around devastating slices, drop shots, and constant net approaches, is absolute poison on grass. She is a master at keeping the ball impossibly low, forcing her opponents to hit up, and then volleying away the easy putaways. If Alex crosses paths with Tatjana Maria, it will be a masterclass in contrasting styles, the raw, explosive baseline power of the Filipina youth against the nuanced, tactical, old-school grass court mastery of the German veteran. We also have a factor in the presence of players like the Czech prodigy Linda Fruhvirtova. It is worth noting that Fruhvirtova was a player who handed Alex a painful first-round defeat at this very tournament last year in a grueling three-set battle. The memory of that loss will undoubtedly be serving as fuel for Alex. The desire for redemption, the hunger to prove that she is a fundamentally different and better player than she was 12 months ago, is a powerful psychological motivator. While the singles draw is a primary focus, we must also shine a spotlight on the doubles competition, because Alex is not taking any half measures this week. The practice video didn't just show her grinding baseline drills. It showcased a holistic preparation for a busy week of tennis. She is pairing up with the highly talented Czech player Nikola Bardunkova. This is a formidable alliance. Bardunkova, ranked well inside the top 70 in the world, brings a wealth of experience and a distinct skill set that complements Alex's game perfectly. Their opening round in the doubles is a massive challenge, facing the second-seeded British duo of Harriet Dart and Maya Lumsden. Playing against a British team on British grass is never easy. Dart and Lumsden will have the home crowd backing them, and they possess the innate understanding of grass court doubles. Quick exchanges at the net, sharp volleys, and aggressive poaching. For Eala and Bardunkova to advance, they will need absolute synergy. Doubles on grass is lightning fast. It is a game of rapid-fire reactions and instinct. Alex's powerful baseline drives will need to set up Bardunkova at the net, and their communication must be flawless. Participating in the doubles draw is a highly strategic move by Alex and her team. It guarantees her more time on the match courts, more exposure to the unpredictable bounces of the grass, and essentially serves as high-intensity, competitive practice to sharpen her reflexes for her singles campaign. Let us zoom out for a moment and look at the broader architecture of Eala's 2026 season and where this viral moment in Birmingham fits into the grand scheme of her legacy. The expectations on this young woman's shoulders are astronomical. She is not just a tennis player. She is a national icon in the Philippines. She is a symbol of hope, a testament to world-class Filipino talent breaking through on the global sporting stage. Every match she plays, every practice video that drops, every social media post is scrutinized and celebrated by millions. Navigating this level of fame and expectation at the age of 21 is a Herculean task in itself. Yet, what we see in this Birmingham arrival video is a profound sense of maturity and groundedness. The act of sharing a DingDong snack is symbolic. It shows that the noise, the pressure, the rankings, and the prize money have not fundamentally altered who she is. She remains connected to her culture, finding comfort and joy in the simple, authentic things. This psychological stability is going to be her greatest asset as we dive headfirst into the most intense period of the tennis calendar. The grass court season is a brutal sprint. It is short, it is fast, and it is unforgiving. You have mere weeks to adapt your movement, calibrate your timing, and peak for Wimbledon. The schedule she has lined up is grueling. Following Birmingham, she is slated for the Ilkley Open, then the Nottingham Open, followed by a highly anticipated return to Eastbourne, and finally, the culmination of it all in London at Wimbledon. This is a relentless gauntlet of top-tier competition. It requires exceptional physical conditioning to prevent injury on the slippery surface, and immense mental fortitude to bounce back quickly from the inevitable bad bounces and drop sets. The technical evolution of Alex Eala over the past 2 years is what makes this specific grass court swing so fascinating to analyze. When she first broke onto the senior tour, her game was heavily reliant on her phenomenal athleticism and her ability to out-rally opponents from the back of the court. She was a defensive wall who could counterpunch with heavy topspin. However, to win on grass and to consistently challenge the top 10 players in the world, you cannot solely rely on defense. You must have offensive weapons that can terminate points quickly. Her coaching team, operating out of the Rafa Nadal Academy, has clearly prioritized this offensive transformation. We are seeing a much more proactive Alex Eala. She is stepping into the court to take the ball on the rise. She is flattening out her forehand to drive it to the court rather than looping it over the net. Perhaps most importantly, her serve has gained significant miles per hour and, more crucially, pinpoint placement. On a grass court, a well-placed 105-mile-per-hour serve is often far more deadly than a flat 120-mile-per-hour serve that lands right in the strike zone. Furthermore, we must address the rumors and the tantalizing hypotheticals that have been swirling around the tennis community, as seen in some of the other viral content circulating this week. There's immense speculation about what would happen if Alex Eala were to draw a heavy-hitting titan like Aryna Sabalenka later in this grass court swing. Could Alex pull off a monumental, world-shocking upset? It is a question that ignites passionate debate among analysts. Sabalenka's sheer power is overwhelming, but grass is a great equalizer. If a player can absorb that pace, use the slick surface to redirect the ball, and keep the bounce low, even the most powerful hitters can be frustrated. Alex's low center gravity and her ability to hit cleanly on the run make her a theoretical nightmare for taller, heavier-moving players on grass. While Sabalenka is not in the Birmingham draw, the very fact that analysts are engaging in these hypothetical matchups against Grand Slam champions demonstrates the level of respect Alex Eala has commanded. She is no longer viewed as a hopeful qualifier. She is viewed as a legitimate giant slayer capable of dismantling anyone on her given day. The stakes in Birmingham are incredibly high. A deep run here, a semifinal, a final, or even lifting the trophy would not only secure a massive haul of WTA ranking points, potentially pushing her closer to that coveted top 30 or even top 20 echelon, but would also provide an immeasurable injection of confidence. Confidence is the invisible currency of professional tennis. When a player believes they cannot miss, when they feel perfectly in sync with the surface beneath their feet, they become nearly unbeatable. We saw that version of Alex Eala in Miami earlier this year during the hard court swing, and we saw it in Eastbourne last year. The primary objective of this week in Birmingham is to summon that version of herself once again as we wrap up this extensive deep dive into the viral arrival and the immense sporting context surrounding Alexandra Eala in Birmingham. We want to turn the conversation over to you, the viewers. This is a pivotal moment in her career. She has left the red clay behind. She has embraced the green grass, and she has brought a little piece of the Philippines with her in the form of a simple, beloved snack. The preparation is complete, the practice hours have been logged, the tactics have been discussed, and now it is time for execution. Will her aggressive baseline game overpower the experienced Priscilla Hahn in the first round? Can she navigate a draw filled with crafty grass court specialists and rising stars? Will her partnership with Nikola Bardankova yield a deep run in the doubles tournament? And most importantly, Is this the week where Eala definitively proves that she is ready to be a major factor at Wimbledon? We'll be watching every single point, analyzing every single match, and bringing you the most comprehensive breakdowns right here on the channel. Make sure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and flood the comment section below. Let us know your predictions for the Birmingham Open. How far do you think Alex will go? What was your reaction to the viral DingDong video? And what are your expectations for her throughout this entire grass court season? The support from the fans is what drives these athletes, so let your voices be heard. Thank you for joining us for this massive deep dive. Keep your eyes on the courts of Edgbaston, because Eala has arrived, she is ready to work, and the show is just getting started. We will see you in the next update.